Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois! Oh, not that time though.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Ash Talks Boxing. In today's video I'm going to be talking about Daniel Dubois and his recent fight, where I reckon he's at, and overall talking about him. So let's get into it. They doubted the other bloke. I saw many people say that he won't last that long, and he didn't. It was a really good fight. Dubois once again proved he's got that knockout power, that one hit KO. Yeah, if you haven't watched the fight, it only lasted was it 1.5 rounds? Yeah, he didn't get past 2 rounds. He's going for the belt side of things, like he's got the British title and he's also got the Commonwealth, so he's gradually increasing the area titles, but also getting the WBC Silver and WBO International, which is helping him gradually go up the rankings to build himself up to a world title shot, which is very understandable. So you're not rushing into a world title shot like Anthony Yarde did against Kovalev. That was a bit rushed, as Yarde hadn't fought anyone at a position like that level. So it is good, the gradual build up, and I'd say in a couple of years time maybe Dubois would get a title shot, whether it's mandatory status or someone they obviously take an offer. But I can't imagine him fighting for a world level at world level, or fighting for a world title or anything like that at 2020. So I can't really see that happening, as there's the heavyweight like AJ, Wild and Fury and all them, like the schedule's already like almost filled basically, because AJ's got the IBF and WBO mandatories. Wild and Fury are fighting in February, so obviously there's time taken up in 2020, so I doubt Dubois is going to see any of them in there. I think what he should do is carry on what he's doing with increasing the opponent skill level. I mean, at the moment they're not great, but they're better than other people's record. He's already got the British and Commonwealth belt, so he can go for the European, anything like that, then gradually build up with the belts below the title, so like the Intercontinental and obviously like the International and WBC Silver. That's what he's got. Maybe WBC Interim, anything like that. Maybe go for like a top 20, top 15 if he really wants to prove something. Gradually build himself up to top 10, start beating them, and then show off his resume after that. Because if he does that, nobody would. It's either two options: nobody would either fight him, or he proves that he is top 10 worthy and will get a title fight, or anyone in the top 10 will fight him. He will either prove that he deserves to be there, or they prove to him that he needs to take the time and that he doesn't deserve to be there at that point in time. What I also want to see from Dubois is fighting someone who's probably always on the front foot. Because at the moment, when you've seen the highlights or the actual fight itself, he's the one that normally is like throwing the main man throwing the punches, rather than if he tries to get it in there where quite early on with someone around his skill level, he's always throwing at Dubois. I want to see what Dubois can throw back, how his defense is and how his chin is. Anything like that, so he can obviously prove himself in them 3 categories. But I think he needs to prove his speed a lot more, because of when you see it, he does look a bit sluggish. Probably not as slow as Joe Joyce, but he's not that fast. I know he's got the great knockout power. Don't get me wrong. That he doesn't need to work on his knockout power. He just needs to work on stuff around it. So like the speed, how technical he is, whether he can fight with just the jab and outbox someone. Maybe if he adds everything to his arsenal, I know it's a lot to ask for at this level, because he's only his second year into his career. I'm not saying like do it straight away, but gradually increase it where people are like, oh, can he actually box? He proves it where you just boxes. Oh, is his defense actually that good? Can he actually dodge punches? Proves on his footwork, proves on his head movement, anything like that. Oh, can he actually throw punches, like fast, continuous punches, or quick, snappy jabs, or anything like that? Proves it. Anything like that, any increase where he's practicing something else each camp, when he does eventually get to that world level, he can prove that he's got a full arsenal ready, so that he can adapt to any fighter he can. That's going to be the end of the video. I know it's a short one. I just wanted to talk about the fight, and hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.